मिसिंग एनी लर्निंग आउटकम जो इसके थे, अगर हैं तो उनको कजोल करके उससे लेके आता है कि उनके मुंह से वो लर्निंग आउटकम भी निकल आए. Then obviously in the last session he checks have they understood the knowledge, and he assesses performance कि टीचर्स ने परफॉर्मेंस कैसी की है. एंड ही प्रिवेंट्स साइड ट्रैकिंग कि ये ना हो कि बातें करते हुए डिस्कशन में कहीं से इधर तो नहीं जा रहे. आर दे बीइंग ऑन द ट्रैक ऑफ द लर्निंग आउटकम्स. दिस इज द रोल ऑफ टीचर. Teaching is not the role of teacher in PBL. And this is the most difficult thing to do. कि टीचर को चुप करके बैठना पड़ता है. वो तो नजर रख रहा है. हाँ, कोई अगर नहीं कोई पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहा तो उसको आदमी कह रहा है कि, और जो पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहा है वो भी स्टूडेंट का जो चेयर है उसका काम है उसके अंदर लेके वो देख रहा है कि वो शिस्ट कर रहा है. अच्छा वो यार तुम भी कुछ बोल दो, ये बोल दो. जो स्क्राइब नजर रख रहा है कि वो हर चीज सही नोट कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है, उसको गाइड कर रहा है. घड़ी देख रहा है, टाइम कीपर है स्टूडेंट जो कि देख रहा है टाइम से जा रहा है, मगर वो भी नजर रख रहा है कि मतलब ये टाइम से काम कर रहे हैं नहीं कर रहे. ये तो ना कुछ बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें मिस हो जाए. Totally paradigm shift in teaching, in the role of a teacher in PBL. अच्छा, लेट अस से कि पहले सेशन के लिए सब लोग जमा हो गए. अब ये तुम्हें पता है कि 5 चीजें करनी है, बट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द जंप्स क्या करना है. टीचर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू सेट द स्टेज, एंड हाउ ही सेट्स द स्टेज इज इंट्रोडक्शन. अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस कराएगा. स्टूडेंट्स को आपस में स्टूडेंट इंट्रोड्यूस कराएंगे कौन है. आइस ब्रेकिंग. भाई फर्स्ट टाइम स्टूडेंट सब जमा हुए, टीचर नया एक भाऊ आया बीच में, सब खौफजदा हैं. तो आइस ब्रेकिंग के लिए कोई जेल तो हो, कोई मजा तो है, या भाऊ टीचर को देख के डरते रहेंगे सारे. ग्राउंड रूल सेट करने. अगर रूल सेट नहीं करेंगे तो डिस्टर्बेंस इतनी होगी कि आपकी एजुकेशनल एक्टिविटी कॉम्प्रोमाइज होगी. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, assign the roles to the student. जब ये काम टीचर कर ले तो यूं करके बैठ जाए मेरी तरह और बोले स्टूडेंट्स को, स्टूडेंट के चेयर को बोले, ओके द क्लास इज योर्स. और बैठा रहे और ये चीज देखता रहे.
सर आइस ब्रेकिंग का दोबारा समझा दें.
मैं आ रहा हूं उस पे, आई एम कमिंग ऑन दैट. और असाइन जो रोल करने हैं वो ये, you have to assign the roles to the student of a leader or a chair, a scribe, a timekeeper, and a researcher. So introduction में teacher and the student introduce themselves. ठीक होगी बात. Ice breaking. There are different methods which can be used so that people could relax. One method is कि आप हर स्टूडेंट को कहें, अच्छा भी अपना नाम बताओ and tell us some very interesting little known fact. तो हर स्टूडेंट एक लिटिल नोन फैक्ट बताएगा तो लोग जेल हो जाएंगे, उनको मजा आना शुरू हो जाएगा. देन टेल स्टेटमेंट एंड लाई. आप हर एक को कहें, अच्छा 2 स्टेटमेंट्स बतानी है, एक जो सच हो और एक झूठ हो, एंड आस्क द अदर स्टूडेंट्स टू गेस which is statement is correct and which is a lie. Then you can ask each student to ask any question, interesting question, and ask the other students to give answer. There are methods of ice breaking. A very interesting and novel method. For example, you can take a basket, tell every student to write your favorite TV show, उन तमाम को basket में डाल दीजिए, and then take out and say, okay, this TV show is Blacklist. So आपके ख्याल में ये जो सारे बैठे हुए हैं, इनमें से किसका favorite है? So there are many ways by which you can do that. This is ice breaking. Ground rules में punctuality, mutual respect, while talking, may eye contact, one student should speak at a time, mobiles on silent mode, everyone must practice. This is a list of ground rules, but you can make your own ground rules if you feel like. 4 roles हैं जो कि आपने देने हैं स्टूडेंट्स को, या स्टूडेंट्स को ये भी कह सकते हैं, अच्छा आप स्टूडेंट हाथ खड़ा करें, आप में से कौन लीडर या चेयर बनना चाहेगा? अच्छा आप में से स्क्राइब कौन बनना चाहेगा? अच्छा आप में से टाइम कीपर कौन बनना चाहेगा? आप में से रिसर्चर कौन बनना चाहेगा? In addition to participating in the whole process. The function of leader and chair is lead the group through the process, encourage all members to participate, maintain positive group dynamics, ensure group keeps to task in hand, ensure scribe can keep up and is making an accurate notes. इसलिए टीचर ये काम नहीं कर रहा होता, मगर जब वो देखता है कि लीडर या चेयर जो है he needs support, so then he also starts helping him in these roles. Scribe is someone who writes. So therefore, wherever PBL is happening, there is a board, or there is a chart, whatever it is, and scribe record points made by the group, help group order and thoughts, and participate in discussion. As when I was doing the role of scribe in the beginning, you see, I was writing. I was also helping to group order in the thought, like PBL को मैंने इकट्ठा करने की कोशिश की, 2 चीजों को इकट्ठा करने की कोशिश की, and I was participating in the discussion. टीचर का रोल ये आ जाता है कि वो उसे ऑब्जर्व कर रहा होता है, and when he needs a scribe, needs an assistant, then he prompts in and comes in for some time. Researchers is not essential because everybody research, but you can make one student a primary researcher, कि आप उसको कह सकते हैं कि, and then the timekeeper obviously keeps the time record and reminds the group so the activities are within schedule. क्योंकि पहली 5 steps जो हैं ये आपने पहले सेशन में आपने कंप्लीट करने हैं. जब पहले सेशन में आप कंप्लीट करेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली वो 1.5 घंटे में करने हैं. तो all 5 steps में timekeeper has a role to guide the people to remain on track. In between 2 sessions of PBL, the students work independently of the teacher to achieve the learning outcome. They may study individually or in subgroup as they feel like. And teamwork is the key to the process of learning. The students will realize कि हम इकट्ठे करें तो काम समझ में भी ज्यादा आता है, काम जल्दी भी हो जाता है, and they tend to start their subgroups also. And even I have seen in PBL that all students also, they might like to assemble at one place in their own time and do it. The group assembles in the second session to discuss the learning outcomes of the learner at the end of the session. It shows, and teacher in the end can take some time if feels like he can summarize important information if needed. So in fact, this is the first time you should think of the teacher might take the role of a traditional teacher. And that is at the end when everything has finished now. Last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes, not more than that. At the end of the session, student assesses the teacher using a form, and the teacher assesses the student using a form. I want you to show you something. Look, this is student evaluation form. It's something like this. This is which my college uses. These are the students' name, and this is how they are scored. And then out of 20 marks are given. Look at the weightage of participation. Look at the weightage of cooperation. Look at the weightage of comprehension and reasoning. Knowledge and information gathering. मार्क्स इस पे देते हैं आप पीबीएल पे. देखें, बाकी नॉलेज असेसमेंट तो आपके एंड ऑफ ब्लॉक में, प्री एनुअल में हो जाएगी. उसके तो और टेस्ट अवेलेबल है. What an idea. And obviously what that understand, ये आगे rubric लिखा हुआ है, but it is something like this. One is unsatisfactory and they simply circle it and end it. And there are 10 students or 15 students, so it doesn't take more than 5 minutes because they have whole 3 sessions, 2 sessions in which they are doing it. This is evaluation form, and each student fills this thing for the teacher. Starts and finishes test in time, follows all the recommended standard of PBL, encourages critical thinking, encourages active participation, provides constructive feedback, refocuses the group, maintains a conductive environment, facilitates the student, encourages student to develop skills, demonstrates sensitivity. इसमें कहीं पे एक चीज लिखी हो, ये चीज कि टीचर ने नॉलेज पूरी पढ़ाई थी. The assessment of teacher is not on that, as in lectures, as in other things. And not only this thing, आपने ना सिर्फ ये, आप तो एजुकेशन में आपने पीबीएल गाइड भी बनानी होगी. For example, tomorrow my college can say me this thing. Okay, there is a class 3 का PBL आप जाके conduct कराएं. So how will I conduct? I should have a PBL guide. I'm showing you a second year MBBS of my college. Module is head, neck, and endocrinology. Theme is motor dysfunction, and title is Why Can't I Whistle Anymore? And this is prepared by Professor Asad Hassan. Now, this is the trigger. Don't read it, just giving you an idea. A middle-aged woman, Sarah, traveling in January, gives her auditory in reality. Britain Got Talent. She had the amazing talent of whistling the tunes of famous songs. और उसके वो खराब हो गई. ये trigger 2 है, trigger 3. You can keep as many triggers as you feel like. What you can do is you can break the learning outcome into set of 4, 4, 4, and each you can make out learning. You can make a trigger. These are the objectives. Describe the bony features of face, lymphatics, motor nerve supply, 12th cranial nerve, development of cranial nerve, outline clinical features of Bell's palsy, common causes of Bell's palsy, role of corticosteroid in Bell's palsy. इनको देख के ये बनाया गया है, तो जब इसको पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें खुद ही चीजें आ जाती हैं. Like you see, upon examination you given diagnosis of Bell's palsy, so they will start thinking what Bell's palsy is. This is the treatment. So इसकी treatment. Sarah was given corticosteroid. So why corticosteroids? So they are learning these things. These are the detailed notes of learning objectives for a person like me who has come for the first time. So when I have to prepare myself, I have to read this thing, understand these things before going to the PBL session. In fact, I am not teaching any of these things to the students, but I should have this knowledge so that I know what they are discussing is correct, their understanding is correct or not. And then I should be know कि student learning resources. आप students को guide करें कि यार ये किताबें भी देख लो या कुछ जो मर्जी देख लो. So therefore क्या आपने realize किया इससे एक चीज पीबीएल वहीं पे कामयाब हो सकता है जहां पे फैकल्टी is willing to work more than the students. In fact, if you want to use PBL as teaching methodology, the faculty has to work more. Well, that is the point now. If you want to revise what I've told you, one resource material is this. This is a revised chapter 14 of my book, Problem-Based Learning. I'm going to share this chapter 14 with ma'am, and she's going to put it in your group so that you can read it. You realize that my slides are the exact copy of these notes. So therefore, this is a good thing to revise. Or you can see your notes and see what you have missed. So one resource, this will be available to you. Another resource is a YouTube channel. So therefore, if you go to a YouTube channel and type Shukr, Shukr Education, Education, and then problem-based learning, you will reach to this site. Like I'm opening this link.
I think we should explore a few solutions.
Grammarly suggestions catch when your tone.
And you're going to see this thing, what it is. Hello, how are you? May peace be upon you. Today, what I'm going to talk and discuss about is problem-based learning. It is an excellent teaching method. It is called as a problem-based learning, and much confusion exists in it. So we are going to address that. There are 3 videos. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to send 2 things to your coordinator. One is this chapter 14 of my book. 2, these 3 links. If she shares them to you, then you can go directly through clicking on them, or you open the YouTube, in the search write Shukr Education, then problem-based learning, and you will reach to them. Another thing is, please note down my WhatsApp number. It is 03 22 61 222 12. I repeat it again, 03 22 61 22212. That's my WhatsApp number. If you have any query relating to problem-based learning, just message me. I will respond. Any one of you who feels like. Any time of the day, any time of the night, if I'm awake and not busy, I will respond. Otherwise, I will respond you after some time when I've seen your message.